Hey everybody, just want to share another quick video. Stepped outside just to enjoy this beautiful day God's given us. Let me say this before I dive into lessons learned from 1 Kings. Never forget, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and I will be glad in it. Whatever happens today, I pre-record my videos, and so today it's beautiful outside. You step out here, maybe you can see see beautiful sky today, but when you're viewing this, it may not be beautiful. It may be raining and nasty out or whatever, and so whatever it is, it's still a day that God has made, so rejoice in it, be glad, be thankful that you're alive, and let God bless you. And if you're struggling, especially with coronavirus going on, if you're struggling, let me give you a hint. Just take time and worship God. It's amazing that worship will bring you out of the worst times of your life. Whatever you got going on, just take time and worship the Lord today. So, lessons learned from 1 Kings. If you remember last time we talked about in 1 Kings chapter 3, and we started with verses 1 through 15, and we talked about how Solomon, in a dream, God asked him, said, "Hey, what do you want? And I'll give it to you." Solomon asked for wisdom. God gives him wisdom. And we talked about using wisdom or having wisdom and asking God for wisdom. God will give it to you. And then, we talked about those things. So if you keep reading in 1 Kings chapter 3, you start with verse 16. You find this story. Many people know it. But it's about a story where two women come to Solomon. They both had a baby. One of those women in the night, as they're sleeping, they had the baby there, the baby nursing. And one of the ladies rolls over on their baby and their baby dies. How horrible. I cannot imagine the anguish she has. Well, in the night, the other lady doing the same thing, the one lady whose baby died, she gets up and she switches the babies. They go to Solomon with a live baby and they say, one says, "No, this is my baby." And the other one says, "No, this is my baby. This is my baby." And they go back and forth. And Solomon says, "I tell you what, ladies, if you can't decide, then just get a sword and we'll cut the baby in half and each one can have half." The mother whose baby it was says, "Absolutely not. Let this baby live. Let the other lady have it. I'll take the dead baby." The lady whose baby died said, "Yeah, go ahead and do it." And Solomon knew immediately who the mother was. And here's my thought, my lesson I learned. When God gives you wisdom, use it. God gave you wisdom. God gave you common sense for a reason. You need to use it. Use the wisdom that God gave you. In circumstances and situations of life, use wisdom. The wisdom, we talked last time about reading God's word and from God's word getting wisdom. So when you have situations, you have tests, if you will, in life, use the wisdom, use God's word, find out what God's word says. Every situation in life, and especially whenever I look at my own life and the difficult times and the good times and all those things that need wisdom, whenever I take God's word and I apply God's word, what does God's word say about a situation? I'm amazed at how often God's word, there's something from God's word that applies to the situation. So when God gives you wisdom, use wisdom. Use it. God gave it to you. Don't be afraid to use it. And if you're not sure what to do in that moment, pray. And if you've been reading God's word, you've been studying and you've been seeking God in his scriptures, God will show you what to say and what to do and how to handle the situation. So whatever you do in life, when you have tests, you have circumstances, you have troubles, trials, whatever it may be, use the wisdom that God gave you. And the only way you're going to get wisdom is to pray about it and to read God's word. Hope you enjoy that today. God bless. Stay safe. I know the struggle of the quarantine's real, or the stay-at-home orders are real, but don't worry, we'll get through it. So God bless. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.